Hey you guys, I'm going to show you how to set up your grid for your graffiti alphabet project, okay? So we'll go to order of activities, down here to graffiti alphabet. The tentative due date is going to be next Wednesday, okay? But I will post that in Google Classroom. And this says project grade. So you do not want to sleep on this project, okay? This is a project grade. This weighs more than all of these other daily grades. You should still do those daily grades because if you don't do them, it can severely bring down your grade. But the alphabet is really important. Okay, so I've linked an example alphabet. This is from a student last year who did an amazing job. And then I'm going to show you in a minute how to do the grid using a ruler and large paper, or if you have copy paper, you can use that too. And then this is just to show you what I want you to do in each row. So a row is a cross, right? So this first row, I want you to do warm colors. So orange, yellow, pink, red, those colors, warm colors. The second row, I want you to do cool colors. So blue, greens, purples, periwinkle, lime green, mint green, etc. The third row, I want you to do drips and cracks. Remember, we practiced drips and cracks. So you could do all drips, you could do all cracks, you could do a combination, but I want you to practice drips and cracks. Textures, any texture would be wonderful. The fourth row, I want you to do gradients. Okay, so gradient, remember, is when you take a color and you transition from light to dark. See, this student did that in her third row, so light purple to dark purple. And then in all of your boxes, every single one of them, I want you to do shadows and highlights on all of your letters. I'll show you mine from last year. All of these have shadow, see, and then the highlight. A is actually missing a highlight, but I want you to put shadows and highlights for each one. Okay, your highlight doesn't have to be white. It can be a lighter pink or a lighter green. Okay, so if we look at this one, the student did an amazing job. These letters are original, so that's really important. I want your letters to be original. Okay. And then you can add any textures you want, use any colors you want, make it beautiful. And I will include a link to different graffiti letter styles that you can use, but I want you to make this original. Use your creative brains. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make our grid. So the first thing you're going to do, you need a long sheet of paper, a 12 by 18 sheet of paper. You can use copy paper if you want to, but I want you to draw the same size boxes. Okay, so this first part is going to be 2.5 inches at the top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark 2.5 inches, and then I'm going to move my ruler. So this way I don't mess up. So I'm just moving my ruler, marking the 2.5 mark. If you want to do the math, go for it. I'm not a math teacher, so. Okay, I'm going to do that on the top and the bottom, and that's on the long side, the 18-inch side. 2.5. Okay, and then on the short side, I'm going to mark 3 inches. I can do the math for this one. So I'm going to mark at the 3-inch mark, 6-inch mark, the 9-inch. I'm going to do that on this side as well. The reason I do it on both sides is so that I can line up my ruler I have these long rulers. Some of you might have a short ruler, or some of you might have a straight edge. When you have a long sheet of paper like this, what you can do is find the middle of your paper, which would be at 9 inches for this. You can draw to that line and then move your ruler and line it up and draw to that line, and you'll get a straight line. I'm just going to use my long ruler because I have it. Or if you have a straight edge, you can use the cereal box if you need a straight edge. So I'm going to draw that line. Draw this line. Draw this line. And then I'm going to do it across as well. Or up and down, I mean. And you connect those two dashes that you made, which I know you guys can't see the bottom. Sorry about that. There we go. Maybe that'll help. My camera's not. Okay, so I'm just lining these two marks up. Drawing a line. Lining up. Drawing a line. Lining up. Drawing a line. Okay, so now I have a grid. So in this first box, I'm going to write what your teacher, that's me, what I'm looking for. So I'm going to do 1 is warm colors. So these are the criteria. And this way you don't have to go back and look at the slide. You can just look here. Cool colors. 3 is drips. Cracks. I'll put texture under here in case you want to, do like clouds or bubbles or something like that. 4 is gradients. So remember going from light to dark. And then all shadows and highlights. Okay? And then one trick that I like to do, I like to fill in my letters in the bottom, like A, B, C, D, E, F. That way, sometimes I forget what letter comes next if I'm not seeing the alphabet song. It's kind of embarrassing. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. See what I mean? H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. So you'll get it. And then you'll have one box left over. What do artists have to do? Sign their work. So you can sign your name in that box. Okay. If you have copy paper, you can tape pieces of paper together, or you can just measure 2.5-inch boxes. 2.5, they're 2.5, 2 1/2 inches by 3 inches. Okay, so 2.5, 2.5. See how many boxes that you can get on one page, and then you can work on there. But I still want you to make sure you're doing 2.5 by 3-inch boxes. I don't want you guys, even though you're working on small paper, I want you drawing large, okay? So if you're using copy paper, it's probably going to require quite a few sheets. Just work on one side. Don't work on the back. I don't want you to color on front and back. Then it's hard to see. And once you've done that, you'll start designing your different letters. Okay, so this is mine from last year. I didn't get to finish, sadly. I think I'm going to finish it this year, though. because it's just a fun little project to do. Okay, you can always email me if you have questions. You can set up a Google Meet from 3:15 to 4:05. That's my planning period. If you need to talk to me, just send me an email first so that I know which class period to jump onto. And I hope you have a wonderful day.